This isn't a sponsored shopping list. All of these items I bought with my own money. They fall into category buy it for life. And by the end of this video, you will find out why I will never get rid of any of these items. And it's not because I stopped chasing the best gear. It's because first item on this list would be this coffee maker. It made over 2,000 liters of coffee in 5 years. It's probably the most used tool we have in the office. I wouldn't survive without it. And to be honest, in those 2,000 liters, it never missed a beat. Obviously, as a designer, I would love some parts to be a bit of a different material than plastic. But other than that, I have absolutely no complaints. Leatherman Wave, a multi-tool. My professor used to carry this one with him everywhere. And 15 years ago, when I was in New York, I bought mine and I've been carrying pretty much everywhere ever since. It's not something you would use instead of like a proper big tool, but it's something that will get you out of a trouble. I very much remember when I used this little saw to cut a piece of timber when I really needed it. It got me out of a pickle, so ever since, I can only recommend. It's such a great thing to carry. And I had it for a very long time. I've never serviced it, which reminds me I should probably sharpen my blade. It looks pretty blunt. Leica Q original first generation. Cameras are a big part of my job. I work with many different brands and new cameras come out every year, and I don't even mind swapping from one brand to another if it offers some new amazing feature. But this camera is completely different because it's already 10 years old, it doesn't do video, it's fixed lens, you can't zoom it, you can't swap it, but it does one thing amazing, and that is taking pictures. There is some amazing color science developed by Leica. The lens is absolutely fantastic. I use it mainly for my personal memory taking rather than for professional jobs. It doesn't need any upgrading and it's now a part of a permanent kit. Barber Beaufort jacket. At that time, it was the most expensive jacket I bought. I think it still is. It was 7 years ago and it recently went through a revaxing. And I got also some holes patched. And that's the beauty of this jacket. You can actually revax it, can make it new again. Couple of things I dig are the pockets up here that are insulated and super nice for your hands when you just walk around, and this extra long big pocket where you can fit A4 easily. It's just extremely practical. Most of the stuff I showed you so far was made and designed decades ago. I'm not trying to say that only old stuff is great. There was some terrible stuff as well, and it's already at landfills. Every now and then a product appears that is usually innovative and it doesn't really follow any trends. And that is what makes these products special and why they don't really get old and unfashionable, and why they will be still interesting in decades. Brompton M3L folding bike. This is a very personal product for me. When I studied in London, I couldn't really afford tickets for public transport, so I bought a really cheap bike out of eBay. And it was a bit of a pain, and especially for longer distances. And I've seen these Bromptons everywhere in London. They're extremely popular. So after a couple of months, I saved roughly £300 and I bought Brompton in a terrible shape. And I fixed it up. And it was a bargain because at the time they costed around £1,200. It completely changed the way I moved around the city. I suddenly could fold the bike, go longer distance with train, and then cycle the shorter distances. Sadly, just before my graduation, I had to sell it to do a little bit of fundraising for my final project. And I bought this one a couple of years later, and I bought it in my favorite finish, raw lacquer. Grand Seiko SBGV 007. Not the best name, but I love this watch. It's made in Japan, and the Japanese craftsmanship and watchmaking is a beautiful combination. This watch has a special type of polishing called Zaratsu. They create these beautiful edges and brushing. I've been wearing it quite a lot and you can see my watch has been beaten up. I'm probably due for another Zaratsu polishing soon. It's one of the last models of Grand Seiko that still does have a Seiko on the dial. It's not automatic movement watch as the usual high-end watches. It is a quartz watch, but it's precise plus minus 10 seconds per year. So it's extremely precise. Just love the watch. It wears really beautiful on hand. It's not something I would ever consider selling. Hopefully. Let's talk money. You see all these prices on the screen and you might think, oh, these products actually look more expensive than their average competitors. And that might not be necessarily true. And that's due to something called the theory of socioeconomic unfairness. Proven with a simple math that you have to buy products of lower quality multiple times. Being a furniture designer, I obviously have to include some furniture. This chair I got for my birthday. I know I said I bought all of these items with my own money. This was my family's money. I wrote about this chair in my final thesis during my studies on Royal College of Art because I was really impressed how somebody can design something like this 75 years ago. So I had to dig a little bit deeper and understand how was this possible. Wagner's whole thing was chair has to be beautiful from all angles. And I think he did manage just that. Next up, we have the tools. It's not about this one in particular. We have many different tools for different kind of jobs. We have a cabinet full of amazing tools. But every time we bought a bad one, we had to buy again another one. We have a saying now, you buy nice or you buy twice. So don't cheapen up on tools because they make your life easier even if you don't close them. Filson original briefcase. I was a bit hesitant before I bought this product due to its steep price tag. But since I bought it, I used it extensively and it's just so robust. You can tell it was built for life. Everything is just a little bit extra. The zipper that is brass and really strong. It's really good bag and it gathers a patina over time, what I find absolutely beautiful. So, you know, it's your bag. One thing I wasn't really sure if I want to include in this list was this pen. It's a Mont Blanc and I got it from a friend. And I wasn't sure if I want to include it, even though it definitely fits into Buy It for Life category. I recently got into journaling and this does make the whole experience just better. Ducati Scrambler 2015. I bought this bike roughly 5 years ago and this is the reason why I don't cycle here much anymore. It's a lot of fun, it has a lot of power. I changed a couple of things. I swapped the exhaust, I changed the handlebars, the mirrors, a few details to make it a little bit more unique. And there's no reason for me to buy another one or a different bike because this gives me pretty much all I need. So what do all these Buy It for Life products have in common? They're usually made from durable materials like wood, steel, glass and leather. They also have a simple construction. Less plastic, less materials, less electronics. They also have to be repairable. You have to be able to swap parts, sharpen them, improve on them, fix them. Last but not least, they're timeless. They don't follow any trends. Not all of the product categories can fall into Buy It for Life. For example, tech and phones are obsolete really fast. So Buy It for Life usually focuses on categories where longevity makes sense. If you're interested in topics like this, how are products made, what is quality, what makes one product better than the other one, make sure you check other videos on our page, subscribe, and I catch you in the next one. And this is Why It Takes Time.